Hi, welcome to my channel. No, restart that. Hi, welcome to my channel. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's here. Congrats to everybody that is a part of ARMY on the new album release. It's here. I'm really excited. Of course, I'm not going to listen to the whole thing because I do this and I love doing this and I love discovering things with you. So I'm just kind of living vicariously through tweets is how I'm living today. But I am, of course, going to check out the new music video. I'm so excited. I know nothing about it except that it might have tie-ins to the Bangtan universe, which I love. If you are new to my channel, you can check out my Bangtan universe reactions where I try to analyze the plot line as well as all my BTS reactions. But I guess also if you're new here, hi, my name is Cedric. I'm an actor, filmmaker, screenwriter, and YouTuber, and welcome to my channel. Honestly.
Hey, Uncle Kenny! Football! Hey, yeah!
Hi, welcome. I'm a huge BTS fan. If you're new here, a quick rundown. Jimin is my guy. My bias wrecker is Suga, but I love all of them. They're so good. I can't wait to actually see them live. I did go see Permission to Dance live in Seoul. I saw it in theaters in Connecticut. So I'm really excited. I'm not going to take up too much of your time before we jump into this analysis. Thank you for watching. I hope that this whole weekend has just been such an adventure for everybody as you get to re-fall in love with this incredible group of artists. I think they're fantastic. Before we jump into this, I want to say thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. We're going to have new Dimash reactions coming soon. I'm going to continue to, my next BTS is going to be the Fire music video, which I know I did the live reaction to, but I'm going to be reanalyzing it along with the live video. And then also doing Boy With Love and Idol before I do dance practices. I know I'm going to do Dope and Fire. Dance rehearsals, and then we'll see what comes after that, as well as more Dimash and some other new artists as well. So I'm really, really excited. Of course, videos are going to be intermittent because I am starting rehearsals for Pippin soon. If you don't know that, I'm playing Pippin in Madison, Connecticut. There's a link for tickets in the description. If you are new here, you need to know that these are not just like reactions. I'm not just going to watch it straight through and be like, oh, that was neat. I analyze things, I break it down, I talk about the cinematography, the color palettes. But also, I think from what I've seen, this whole album is like an anthology of them kind of restudying what they're calling Chapter 1, which is wild to think that this has all just been Chapter 1. But I guess they're kind of honoring everything they've done so far. I know nothing except that I'm excited and I've seen nothing but good things. So here we go. Big hit, music. Huh. Interesting that we would see that through Jungkook.
Cause I just wanna see the next 부지런히 지나온 어제들 속에 참 아름답게 Yeah, the past was honestly the best But my best is what comes next I'm not playing now for sure 그날을 향해 숨이 벅차게 You and the best moment is yet to come
Oh, the truck!
Moment is yet to come Yeah
Yeah, okay, so the truck feels like a direct reference to, what is that, Run? Or I Need You? I think both have the truck in it. Also, like, the blue and tan, like, these are the colors for BTS music videos, is blue and tan. These are, like, the grade that they have on everything. Notice on the wide shots that they don't diffuse, so this is something interesting. They've clearly shot this, like, later in the morning because the shadows aren't very long, which is not when you tend to want to shoot things because of the light. But they obviously have a camera with very significant dynamic range so that it's not just like impossible to see their faces, which is harder than it sounds because this all looks quite practical. I don't think that this is green screen. I think that they're in a desert. Which is always my preference. Like, if you can be on location, be on location. Heck, have at it, you know? But on the closer up shots, you could see that they were doing a little bit to fill. They were bouncing some light in just to help supplement that so we could see all of their faces. So just a little artistry moment. But look at how much they're using blue and tan in the frame. The truck historically has always been that bluish black. The desk that V is standing next to is blue and tan. So again, we're right off the bat, we're getting that cohesion with the production design that I'm always so impressed with their work for. I also love the posing of the way that this is arranged right off the bat. Jungkook says, was it really the best? As he's looking at the past, and he holds up his, you know, kind of like you do when you're a kid. And if this is the end of chapter 1, then they're kind of saying we're going to grow up. Which has been the whole point of the Bangtan universe, is youth versus maturity. So he's doing this kind of kid's telescope thing. And then he says, is this the best? And then V, after Jimin sings his little part, V says, yeah, I guess it really was the best. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Hang on.
The phone is ringing.
A few moments later.
Hey, sorry. That was no time for you, but it was 40 minutes for me. It was a good phone call. Good stuff. Let's see how much I remember here. So they said, what was the past like? No, the past was really great, which I actually think is really nice. I was a little bit worried when V first said that they were going to be like, oh, it wasn't enough. And I guess I really want, I don't know, BTS, if you're watching this, I want you to know, like, what you've done, and maybe you don't need me to say this, but like what you've done is nothing short of extraordinary. The way that you've united people across cultures, across countries, across borders, across languages, behind like just having fun and leaving behind the Bangtan universe, which is this brilliant and important societal narrative. They've also united people in a way to just like have fun with songs like Dope, Dope, Fire, Permission to Dance. This like just be yourself and let loose, Butter, Dynamite. Like there's a reason these songs were so successful. And so far I just love this reflection, and I love the idea of it being in a desert. I don't know if that's because like especially the last few years have just been so like we've all been locked up. Life Goes On and Blue and Gray, which are two of my favorite songs from them, really capture that feeling. But I don't know if that's it. I don't know if this is going to like burst into a garden or something, which I think would be cool. That's my bold prediction. But I love the idea of them wandering in a desert that still carries this feeling of inspiration, which is kind of strange for a desert. So I don't know. I love it. Yeah. Oh, that's from Spring Day. That's from Spring Day. And I also love the Dutch angle tilt. Anybody that knows my videos knows I love a Dutch angle, and having it roll backwards. Like they usually use it to kind of disorient, right? But on this one, they're rolling backward to a more steady shot with this "You'll Never Walk Alone." Like they are literally looking back on like, we just love making music and we love being able to come together in this. And I love the way that they're handing it off to each other. But often when they hand it off to each other in their songs, you hear a style change. There's no style change with this one. It's very steady. It's very just this nice kind of soft pop feel to it. So I love this. I don't know if there was this much rust on the carousel in, I want to say that was Spring Day. I think it was Spring Day. But I don't know if they've added rust, but just this bringing back of images, the truck, everything like that is so nice. It's such a nice touch.
Yet to come, yet to come. 당신은 꿈꾸는가? 그 길의 끝이 무엇일까? Woman is yet to come. 모두가 숨죽인 밤, 우린 발을 멈추지 않나. Yet to come.
Oh, from Blood, Sweat and Tears.
For the day we die. Woman is yet to come. 자 이제 시작이야. The best yet to come.
Oh, that's a pose. That kind of reminds me of On. This setting that they're in. So I feel like there are a lot of nods. This pose was something. I can't remember what that's a reference to. It's definitely something that they've done in a music video. We saw the angel from Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So it does kind of feel like they're taking this, I don't know if this uncomfortable title they were given one day is this idea of being the best. And I get that. Like, the pressure to be as good as they've been has to be suffocating. Like, I know as an artist, I feel this pressure to, you know, just constantly function at a certain level within my art. And I think that that's healthy. Like, you constantly want to be your best. But to do it at their level of this massive global scale is like impossible. And yet they've done it, but the amount of sheer focus and determination that that takes is extraordinary. And there's something about this music video that I love, is this barren landscape where there's not a ton of set, there's not a ton of things to distract you from them, so you can kind of focus in on what they are trying to say. And I love that it's becoming more ornate, the set is, as we go. So we started with this small desk with some flowers on it. Now we're sort of in an oasis type of situation as they continue to hand off each other's themes and all being cohesive in this concept. So I really love that. I love the Blood, Sweat, and Tears statue being buried. There is the statue of David, the thinking one, at Bowling Green State University, where my twin sister Salone attended. I think it's there. They have like a buried David. So where he's like thinking, but you only see like his hand and his head and then like his knees coming out a little bit further down the yard. And it's this idea of him being buried in thought, deep in thought. It's kind of that same image of this like angel of temptation, this image of Abraxas, this knowledge that exists of being kind of buried now. And I guess maybe the knowledge that they're referencing in this is this knowledge of we have to be the best. We have to be so good. Like we can't, I don't know if they feel like they can't take a day off. I don't know. This whole song just feels like the celebration of we are finally who we've intended to be. And I love that. Yeah, it is the best. Okay. Nice, yeah, the shipping crate. The train from Spring Day. Ah. Notice that some of their costumes are changing too. They're going with a little bit more of that young costume, like J-Hope being out there in the sweater with the shorts. Who on earth would ever wear a long sleeve shirt with shorts? I would. I recently talked about, in my dope reaction, I talked about J-Hope's ability to like control his body, and you could see it there. Like J-Hope really like throws himself out and uses his physicality to this incredible degree. And I guess that's because like Suga is much more kind of built like me. I guess he's much more of this kind of centered, controlled. RM has this underlying coolness that you can't ignore. But J-Hope's just got this kind of unbridled movement. And the three of them together are really cool. And so to have the rap line all go back to back to back, especially referencing as much as they did. They had the shipping crate from, I don't remember which one of the Bangtan Universe videos. I don't know which one. Seti, help us out.
Hi, Cedric. Seti here. Just kidding, that's not Seti's voice. This is Seti's voice. Hey, Cedric. Seti here. I'm you from a few hours later. So, what did you ask me? Yes, Run. Yes, it is from Run. Good job. Well done. I think it's in some other videos, but I found it very quickly in Run. So, nice work.
That's the one. But also having J-Hope in front of the train from Spring Day. They are literally acknowledging all these things. Spring Day is known as like the king or whatever, or the queen, because it like never left the charts because it's so good. Like it's a good song. It's a brilliant music video. I cried during that reaction. I cried, I think, during the documentary that I also reacted to in that video. But again, just like acknowledging all that and the success that they've had, but also the pressure about it, and then being like, nah, this is, like, maybe we are the best, maybe, but what's important to us is having fun and making art and enjoying everything with ARMY. So I love that. I also love this landscape. I don't know where they shot this, but it is gorgeous. It's obviously Tatooine. Duh. You like my bobbleheads, my lightsaber, and my Baby Yoda, and my Star Wars posters? If you're new here, I'm about as big a Star Wars fan as they come. Star Wars, if you're watching this, please cast. I also love that they switch to the white suits when they're in on the truck. I wonder if that is a nod to, I think the Life Goes On music video when they ended that in black and white in their white suits. I think they were in white suits. Feels like maybe a nod to that. I feel like they're acknowledging every video they've ever made, and I haven't seen a lot of those, so maybe there's a bunch of stuff I'm missing. Also, look at the license plate. Yet to come. Nice.
Uh-oh, it's SETI time. I don't really have a lot to add here. I just noticed that I have no idea what this thing is moving in the background of RM's shot. I noticed it while I was doing the video, but I wasn't quite sure I had actually seen it, and I didn't want to go back and talk about it. And now that I'm editing, there's definitely something moving back there, and I have no clue what it is. So, yeah, if you figure out what it is, drop a comment.
Nice. Nice. Oh man, so these are all references to all of them, like when they're running toward the pool, walking along the ledge, I think. I don't know what the school bus is a reference to. Maybe it's not a reference. Maybe that's like what they're going toward. But they're saying like, this is back to square one. Like we're starting anew. There's still a child inside of me. And I think there's some advice I once got, which is like, you shouldn't, as an adult, like you shouldn't be childish, but you should be childlike. You should have this sense of childlike wonder, of childlike excitement about things. And if you lose that, then like, where's your passion? Like, what are you excited about? Like hiking gets me that excited. Good fantasy novels get me that excited. Certain groups get me that excited. New Star Wars gets me that excited. Like, there's things that awaken that child that's inside of me. And I love that they're talking about this and this idea of going back to square one. Like, they've done this big loop, and that big loop is like the examining of self. And I wonder if you could also view it as, yes, I noticed the butterfly going toward Suga when he's on the piano. It wasn't a brown piano, it was a red piano, but still felt like a nod to first love. This butterfly effect of it's all cyclical, and now they're kind of going back in time to get on this school bus in this desert and say like, hey, what's ahead is what is best. And in the past, we've been called the best. Oh, is that the thing? Like they're saying, oh, we've been called the best, but what is the best is what is ahead. Like this is just starting. So everything has led to this moment, and this is where it begins. I wonder if that's really what they're saying. I just love it. This is so good. All the references, like, it's so good. I love it. Nice cutting.
Yeah, the past was honestly the best. Oh, my best, what comes next? When I sing it till the more.
Nice. That's what Jin did in, I don't remember what music video. He's in brown at the bottom of a stairwell. Nice. See the tattoos. You can hear the water. Seagulls. Good sound design. How cool. I just love it. I love the references to their past stuff. I love the promise of what's ahead. I love the hope that it brings. I love the acknowledgement that it has. I was recently talking with an act. Oh, before I get into that, I want to say, because I know some of you are going to click off because music video is over, and I'm not going to judge you for that. The sound design there at the end is a really nice note to pick up on the importance of sound design. You can imply so much with a sound effect. The sound effect of a phone vibrating. You don't actually have to show the phone. They didn't ever show the ocean, but they've been in a desert this whole time, and now showing so much of the sky early on makes a ton of sense because they're inundating us with this idea of water, of blue, being reflected back at them. And so this idea of being able to hear the water, that getting on the school bus that never moved still transported them because now they're on it and they're back to the beginning of this whole thing. And it could be back to the beginning of the Bangtan universe. I wouldn't guess that this is official BU content, but it also wouldn't surprise me at all. I was recently talking with somebody and we were just talking about like what we've done in our careers as performers and as creators, and we were both talking and we were both kind of like, yeah, we're kind of stressed. And he said something really, really powerful. He said, if you could, I know you're tired and I know you're like, am I doing enough? But if you could go back 5 years and tell yourself what all you're working on now, what would you think about that? And I was like, I would think it was pretty cool. And I love that they're kind of going, look how far we've come. And yet, look at what's ahead. And like, we know we can go there and we're going to go there together. And I think that that's just like, I just think it's really cool. And I love this video. I love the hope that it has. I love the energy it has. I love the self-reflection. I also love the confidence. Like, they're saying we've been called the best. Maybe we were, maybe we weren't. I don't know. But our best. It's not about being the best. They've said before, like, they don't want to be the next Beatles. Like, they don't want to be the Beatles. They want to be BTS. And I think that that's really, really relatable for any artist. Like, you don't want to be the next big thing. You just want to be the best you. And so they're saying, like, what we're going to do is going to be the best version of ourselves as artists, as humans. And that's, like, the best thing you can hear. And I just think that's great. I think it's super cool, and I'm inspired by them, and I'm excited to see what's ahead. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I know I didn't really get into like the cinematography of everything. Maybe I'll add notes, by which point I already have, I guess. I don't know. This was great. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please drink a lot of water and get lots of sleep. Fix your postures. And until next time, bye.
You and I best